Hello guys, this is Emperor of the Great Unknown, bringing you another Medieval 2 online battle. This is a 2v2 on the grassy flat plains, so pretty boring map. And I'm in command of Venice. My ally over here is in command of the Mongols. His name is Dzika Malpa, or yeah, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if I butcher anyone's names here. And his opponent is Russia, um, who's being commanded by Gamer, German, and his ally is Hungary, commanded by Igor Kluzgar, something like that. Anyway, try my best. The rules here were, I think it was around 10 to 12k, and I think the max cav was 8 or 7. I know this was a couple months ago, but I'm bringing Venice, and I'm bringing probably one of my favorite army compositions. It's very defensive. I'll go through the composition. So I got one General's Bodyguard, late period, and one Knight's Templar, and one Male Knight and a Stradiotes. So very light on the cav here, 4 cav, one kind of medium, one kind of heavy, and one super light. I mean, this army is quite interesting, I would say. I don't really see many people like this. I find this unique to my style. I don't really bring it much anymore due to some, I guess, some weaknesses that I'll explain on later. But I brought 4 Pavis Crossbow Militia. They're on the flanks. I brought 3 Pike Militia and 4 Venetian Heavy Infantry. Now these guys are even upgraded. None of my infantry is upgraded. Brought 1 Peasants, and I brought 3 Musketeers. Guns were allowed in this battle, so I brought them. And basically the whole point of this army is to basically kill the enemy in the skirmish and force them onto the pikes. Use the Pavis Crossbowmen to target the enemy cav on the flanks, and use the pike to prevent charges, and hopefully last long enough for the Pavis Crossbowmen or my cav to do damage. It's very strong frontally, but it's a very inflexible formation. Historically, it's kind of based on the Burgundian tactics used by the Charles, or Charles of Burgundy, I think, Charles the Bold, or whatever his name was, where they basically had musketeers in line with pikemen. Anyway, enough of that. My ally over here is commanding the Mongols, so he's got 1 Mongol Heavy Lancers, 1 Bodyguard, 1 Khan's Guard, 2 Light Lancers, and 2 Mongol Heavy Archers. So he brought quite a bit of cav, which is good. And he brought 3 dismounted heavy archers and 4 dismounted heavy lancers. No, 3 dismounted heavy lancers and 2 town militia. So it's a pretty decent army. I mean, he's got some hefty spearmen and quite a bit of cav to play around with. Russia brought a Boyar Sons and a Cossack cavalry, along with 3 generals' bodyguards, 2 late and 1 early period. I hate it when people do this. I hate it when people bring the general's bodyguard, just because it's quite a powerful unit, and I mean, it's a general's bodyguard. You should only bring your general along with it, but it wasn't against the rules, so fair game. He brought 3 spear militia, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 3 spear militia, and no, 4, 5, 6 spear militia, 2 spearmen, 2 dismounted Boyar Sons, a woodsman, and 3 Agabusiers. Not quite the best army. Too much spearmen, and Agabusiers are kind of crap, but they'll do the job. They'll definitely beat the Mongols here, so confident in that. And Hungary, last but not least, he's got 1 general's bodyguard, 3 royal bandermen, another general's bodyguard, again, and then 3 dismounted chivalric knights, 3 dismounted feudal knights, 3 Pavi spearmen, and 3 Bosnian archers. So a little light on the skirmish, but got quite a bit of heavy infantry and cav. And let's just get this started. Now, the main problem was the fact that there was this much distance between our forces. We didn't really communicate. I mean, I couldn't talk to my ally in the lobby because of server issues. But he rushes right in to try to. I guess his goal is to try to wipe out Russia as fast as he could. Although he's not bringing up the rest of his army with his cav charge. But I mean, my army is too inflexible, so I'm quickly repositioning to face Hungary. Luckily, Hungary doesn't go after the Mongols over here, which is a good thing. The Mongols charge in gloriously, but they'll get caught up on spearmen, I'm pretty sure. Sorry guys, getting a bit flamed. Anyway, over here I turn the flank to get set up with Hungary, and I basically see that the engagement has started off with the Mongols in Russia, and there's no point in trying to rush over to help them. Because by the time I get there, the engagement will already be won or lost. And I don't really have the cav to afford to send help. I suppose I could have sent the Stratiotes, but I didn't, so a bit of a mistake on my part, probably. My only real chance was to block off Hungary and hope that the Mongols win their engagement. Of course, Hungary sent one of the bodyguards in, and we see nice blobbing up by Russia, but Mongols have lost a lot of cav at this point. The general's bodyguard is just too much, really. And then here we go, we got Hungary's general, or the bodyguard, I suppose. We get a nice charge here. Really does a number on these guys. But the infantry here also gets charged and they'll rout pretty easily. We are on your door. Things were looking pretty good for the Mongols too. But here we got some Cossack cav just harassing the cav. Here's the Mongol general. It's pretty untouched. Anyway, I think I sent a force in of male knights to take out one of the Bosnian archers. I'm not sure really why that was necessary, because I had a huge skirmish advantage, but I think I just felt like
only
distracting
half the enemy
Hungary,
force
getting
remains
them to attack. Here we go, we got the guns firing. I think they're firing at these guys, actually. So it's a bit of a wasted volley. So I think here I use the guns are going to get their volleys off and they're going to rout these guys. Yep, and they rout like that. That's how powerful guns are against Russians. This army is a great anti-Rush army. Just look at that. Sending the peasants to kind of block the enemy. He's going to get his Bosnian archers, but they're going to rout.
Praise to our Lord! Our men have slain the enemy general. Now his men will lose heart.
Mongols sent some cav over here to help out. I believe it's general.
Our noble brothers have lost their leader.
Yeah, he died
Without
over
their
here.
general, they may lose
All the way
heart
back
and
there.
flee.
And the Mongol cav is going to get surrounded, and their army routes over here, so that's unfortunate. I probably made the mistake of not protecting my musketeers, but I'm going to send in my Venetian heavies to charge in, and we're going to do quite a beating of these sugar knights. Pikes off, so get their pikes going. Luckily, I managed to bog down most of this cav on my cav and heavy infantry, just given my musketeers and crossmen some time. I left my Knights Templar out over here, I forgot about them. But we're gonna get a nice charge in on my musketeers here, which was unfortunate. I think at this point the Mongols admitted defeat, so it's looking kind of grim.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Oh, he did quite a huge number on the Russians. Now, my enemy blocked up the troops, so I'm able to get my general behind him. He gets quite a few kills. Of course, they're going to charge that as well. So I gotta send up some infantry and they march slowly. I also lost quite a few of my stradios here, which is unfortunate. They're ripping into my Pavi's crossbow right now. But my infantry won the fight, surprisingly. Although he's got some infantry over here on one of his flank. These guys are shooting down something. So basically, Hungary has cav left and a couple heavy infantry. And I have most of my infantry and some skirmishers. Finally, remember my Knights Templar and make it in the fight. So my general's gonna get in and charge down the infantry. It's quite a good charge off, especially knocking out some of these bodyguards. But he's using his Royal Bandrium to wipe out my Pavi's crossbow. See, they get completely annihilated. And then he's going to get some cav on the back of my musketeers. So I made quite a few mistakes in this battle. Balance of power is still in my favor for some reason though. But again, these Pavi's crossbow are going to get mowed down. I think one mistake that Russia did was that they were over here and they pursued the Mongols instead of helping this fight. It was a big mistake on their part and allowed me to take on Hungary alone. So the teamwork in this battle royal was kind of pretty poor, but it wasn't that competitive, so it wasn't the biggest deal. I mean, if this was a competitive game, I definitely would have probably been more active on the teamwork side. Anyway, all the forces are pretty much scattered over here. Hungary's withdrawing most of his cav for Russian support. So I gotta reorganize here. I'm gonna fast forward a bit. So I basically got one full Knights Templar left and some bodyguard and 5 stradios. The good news is I still have my musketeers and some Pavi's crossbow, so that forces them to come to me. This time I put the pikes on right behind my musketeers because they need all the support they can get. So, the Russian player is going to send his units kind of piecemeal. I mean, he's got them scattered everywhere and doesn't really reform them at the time. So both sides made quite a few mistakes in this battle. Let's look at the glorious cav charge here. I think it was just mainly a lack of communication and, you know, kind of overzealous attack on Russia's part. Player's sons get routed here by the muskets. Yeah, absolutely nailed. And I block off these guys with my stratagems.
We're under attack!
Kill that guy right there. Gotta say, the Russian general's bodyguard was pretty cool. And they get hit by a volley. Guns are just so powerful in this game. They're a bit hard to use though sometimes. Sometimes they are a bit picky on which targets to fire at and so forth. I also have the remaining crossbow just taking pot shots at this heavy infantry right here. Just because it seems like you forgot about them. And the bodyguard comes in for another charge, but gets shut down. This is why you want this formation to be attacked frontally. The guns will just mow down, especially in this case. This is like a perfect golden opportunity for these muskets to take out all the units one by one. So Russia pulls back at this, and I think he's waiting for Hungary to get involved. Oh, it's going to be tough for them to attack this, because they don't have any skirmishers, and I can just move up in range and take shots at them. Let's fast forward it a bit. I think I'm firing down these guys over here. Yeah, I brought down their number quite significantly, especially these guys. Look at all the dead bodies. This is where I'm going to move up and kind of catch them. They're going to form up and charge now, but look at the range of the musketeers. Absolutely huge. I kind of wish musketeers had a shorter range. I think that would balance them pretty well. Like for instance, they can only shoot up to here, which was kind of historical. Maybe less accurate as well. They have the most accurate projectiles in the game. And yeah, we wipe out the cav here. Since he's just walking forward. These Cossack cav are gonna survive with some numbers though.
The battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours.
I also gotta watch this cav over here, so I have my Knights Templar ready to intercept. Yeah, I think I'm gonna really take down these Cossack cav here. Again, the weak morale of these spear motion woodsmen is just gonna rout them. Cav engage over here, so I'll send one of my cabs. These generals over here. Walking into combat. I'm gonna send some infantry to support it as well. Now, I got my pikemen ready.
Praise to our Lord! Our men have slain the enemy general. Now his men will lose heart.
Ooh, point blank. So it was a good game to my opponents. I mean, I think the main point was that I was able to keep disciplined and not really panic when my ally lost. I could see that I couldn't do anything about it, so I just made the best of the situation. My enemies didn't quite take advantage of their early successes. But overall, it wasn't quite the best battle in showcasing team tactics. Although I do like this army composition. I always enjoy bringing it into the field. is kind of my Italian pike wall kind of army I bring. I bring different variations on it, but this one was extremely skirmish heavy. Especially in a low money battle, it was kind of risky, but it paid off.
All of Christendom will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
So, killed 91% of theirs for only 57 loss. That's actually pretty good, considering the Mongols kind of lost a lot of troops. So I lost about half of my men. Got quite a few captures at the end. But really, everyone, I mean, even my ally got tons of kills on Russia here. And we didn't really pull his weight as much as he should, but that's just because he didn't quite get in the fight when Hungary was attacking. If you look at the stats here, I mean, Musketeers obviously got quite a few kills here. So did these Pikes Cross, especially this one that got untouched, 62 kills. And Pike Militia didn't do as well, but they never really do well, and they didn't really take many losses either. Some of these Venetian heavy infantry though got quite a few kills. But yeah, this was just a showcase of, I guess, bad team tactics and quite a interesting turnaround. I think it was mainly mistakes of my enemies rather than the my prowess in the battlefield that won. But I mean, everyone did their part, and it was a good battle, a good game to all my opponents, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a nice day.